What's going on, everyone? I'm back again for weeks 7 to 10 of the WSS Season 5. And yeah, this time we're going to be going through 4 weeks because I do not have a week 11 match, and I just figured I'll get all the rest done in this video. So yeah, this is going to be the last 4 games of the regular season, and then next video we will see if we make it to playoffs or not. So first of all, we're going to be taking on Mora, coach of the Monterey Gyarados. And here's his team right here. He has Arcanine, Azumarill, Celesteela, Mega Glalie, Heracross, Hydreigon, Nidoqueen, Rotom, Seismitoad, Snorlax, and Xatu. So this is actually a really solid team. And it also has an incredible matchup versus my team. So this is definitely probably the most difficult game of the season matchup-wise. It's just like completely stacked against us, but yeah, basically just going through his mons here. Arcanine can be annoying to my team, but Azumarill, that is one of the huge problems. I literally have like nothing for Azumarill, like just a choice banded Azu. Like it could be Belly Drum, but just a choice banded alone. Like my team has nothing for it. Like seriously, I have nothing for it, so that's a huge problem. Celesteela, another huge threat, can just sit there, be annoying, sub Leech Seed. Kind of annoying to take down. I mean, it doesn't even have to be sub, it can just be Leech Seed Protect is what I mean. But it can also be an offensive with Z moveset, which can be really annoying for my team. It can actually just win if I don't play it smartly, so the Celesteela can be just defensive or offensive, it doesn't really matter. It's going to do pretty well either way. He has Mega Glalie. I'm not too worried about Mega Glalie, but I guess he could bring it. Heracross, another problem. I'm thinking like a Scarf Heracross that can just also run through my team. Hydreigon, again, another big problem. Don't have much for that. Nidoqueen, another big problem. Don't have much for that. Rotom's alright. Not too huge of a problem. Seismitoad could be annoying as well. Snorlax is amazing. I love Snorlax, and again, it can just do what it does here with a curse set, or it can just be bulky and be quite annoying for my team. It has a lot of options, and yeah, just pretty annoying. And then he also has Xatu, which I'm not really that worried about Xatu at all, but yeah, he has huge threats to my team. Main ones being the Azu and the Celesteela, but also Heracross and stuff like that is really annoying. Anyway, let's get over to my team here. So first of all, I have Mega Lopunny with Return, High Jump Kick, Drain Punch, Fake Out. Max attack, adamant, 164 HP and 92 into speed. As you can tell by his team, I guess the weakness of it is it's not really that fast at all. His fastest mon is in fact the Mega Glalie at base 100. So that's a pretty big weakness for his team, and something I can take advantage of here. As you can see, I can just go max attack, adamant with my Mega Lopunny, which is actually really nice. This means he has like no switch in for a high jump kick. Like his Celesteela, for example, it literally has to be max HP, max defense with the nature to be able to not get two hit KO'd by Mega Lopunny's high jump kick. Obviously, he can have protect and stuff with leftovers, but still, that's just amazing for my team, and I don't really need to invest in speed at all, and that also allows me to have a bit more bulk. So I just threw the rest into HP here. This is just really annoying for his team in general. Next up, we have Nihilego with the Expert Belt, Power Gem, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, and Grass Knot. Max special attack, 232 speed with the Timid Nature. This outspeeds Mega Glalie, and then just the rest into HP. This could also be really annoying for him. Can potentially sweep him again. Like I don't need speed boost here because I'm outspeeding everything on his team anyway, unless it's Scarfed. So this can be really annoying for him and could potentially just win me the game. Next up, we have Vikavolt here because the Celesteela is an absolute nightmare. So basically, this can come in on Celesteela, be a really big problem for it. Just go for a sub, can boost back up, and then we just have the dual stabs there. And yeah, I have 156 modest, max HP, the rest into Spadef. I can take hits from Celesteela as best as I can. And yeah, this is just really annoying for him. And I need something for the Celesteela, so we have this. As for the reason for Focus Sash, I'm honestly not too sure. There was definitely a reason. I guess it was if something got out of hand, like maybe Belly Drum Azu or something, I can have something that can at least take a hit. I'm guessing that's what it was for, but I don't know, because I can always roost back up anyway, so yeah, like if I don't go down to my focus sash, I can roost back up, but yeah, I'm guessing it was mainly for the Azu. Next up, we have Choice Band, Zygarde, Thousand Arrows, E-Speed, Outrage, Haze, Max Attack, Adamant, Max Speed, 4 into Defense. We do not need the Nature to outspeed Mega Glalie, so again, this is where I'm taking advantage of the fact that his team is really slow, so I can just go Max Attack, Adamant here. Again, not too many good switch-ins for his team. And yeah, I just have E-Speed, Outrage, and Haze is just there, just in case. It's probably never going to be used, but yeah. Next up, we have Uxie with the Tanga Berry, Psychic Knockoff, Toxic and Stealth Rocks, Max HP, 80 Defense, Bold, 176 Speed. So yeah, the Heracross could actually be quite a problem if it's Scarf with just Close Combat and Mega Horn. So this can take a hit from that, go for a Psychic itself, get up the rocks, which I think are going to be really important. And yeah, we have Toxic and Knockoff on there as well. If we can knock off like the Snorlax's Figgy Berry so he can't recycle it, that'll be really nice. And finally, we have Magina here with a Fightinium Z, T-Bolt, Focus Blast, Fluid Cannon, and Calm Mind. 240 Modest, 136 Speed, and 132 into HP. Again, this could also be really annoying for him. It can take on the Snorlax kinda with a Calm Mind up. I can go for a Fightinium Z on that, and yeah, this is just again a really big pain for him. So that's going to be the team. Let's go ahead and go to the game. Okay, so we can see he decides to bring the Azu, Celesteela, Seismitoad, Hydreigon, Snorlax, and Heracross. This is pretty much exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, this is kind of going to be really difficult to win. But yeah, let's see how it goes here. So I do make a mistake right off the bat. I have no idea why I did this, but obviously with how big of a threat Azu is, I should not be leading off poorly against it. And for whatever reason, I decided to I couldn't tell you why I decided to lead Nihilego here, but I lead Nihilego as he leads Azu, and that is just completely stupid. Like, that is definitely something you don't want to do, is lead off poorly against one of their biggest threats, because if they just lead with it, you're in the back seat right away, even if you have a switch in. In this case, I don't have a switch in, but yeah, you really don't want to be leading off badly against it. So I actually have no idea why I led with Nihilego here, because I'm in a horrible situation right away, because Banded Jet is going to kill me, and if I switch and he doesn't click Jet, then something is going to be taking a gigantic hit, and even if he doesn't, he just clicks Jet, I'm still taking a lot of damage that is unnecessary. So I stay in because I'm hoping maybe he decides to not go for the Jet, and at least I can get off a big hit here. I don't remember if it kills or not, but yeah, that's kind of my hope here. But no, he's just going to click Jet, and that's going to kill me. So that was a horrendous start. I don't know why I did that. I do go onto my mag though, because this gives me the opportunity to go for a Calm Mind, and he will send in his Snorlax, so we do have the Fightinium Z for this, which is really nice. However, he does have the Truffle Berry, unfortunately, so he's like max HP, max Def with the Truffle Berry. However, we can just go for a Focus Blast to follow that up and kill the Snorlax, and that's really nice, because the Snorlax is actually a huge threat for my team. So he sends out the Heracross here. I can switch right into my Uxie, because I don't care if he clicks the Mega Horn because I have the Tanga Berry, but obviously he shouldn't really be going for that there anyway. So I predict he'll switch here, get the knockoff off, get rid of that Hydreigon's Life Orb, which is huge, because this again is another huge problem for my team. He's going to go for the reveal the Fire Blast, and that's going to kill me. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. But I go onto my Lopunny here, go for the high jump kick, and as you can see, that does 50% to Celesteela. So the only way it does that much is if he's like max HP, max defense, which is what he was. So he's going to be able to take a second one. I'm forced to switch out, but that's a lot of damage right there. So I'm going to go into my Vikavolt here, and he does go for the Leech Seed, but that's fine, because I am going to be able to get up a sub here. I don't really care about the Leech Seed damage, as I can Roost. Obviously it is a little bit annoying, but still. He's going to go for the Air Slash as I go for the Roost, but we're still in a good position here. As you can see, the Celesteela is all the way back up to full now, but that's alright, because we can get a lot of damage off here with the T-Bolt. But he goes for the Air Slash and gets the flinch, and that sucks. Like, that's really bad, because this is so scary for my team, and Vikavolt's like my main way of taking it on. And to get flinch pretty much eliminates the Vikavolt, and also lets me get 0 damage off on this Celesteela, which is which is absolutely horrible. I do go for another roost here, but it doesn't matter because now I missed my opportunity to get the damage off on the Celesteela. And he's going to go for a Fire Blast, and he's connected 2 so far, so that sucks. He's going to... I mean, I know I connected the Focus Blast, but still. And yeah, I'm going to go for the high jump kick and miss on the Celesteela. And yeah, so... Not how I wanted things to go here. I'm just kind of mad at this point. I just go for another high jump kick. I don't really care. Like, it's pretty much over from there. I led poorly. Got my near Lego taken, and then he flinched my Vikavolt, which stopped me from eliminating the Celesteela. As you can see, I can do nothing against this Celesteela now, because there's not much my team can do versus it in general, so that sucked. And then to top it off, I missed the high jump kick, so yeah, I mean, I needed something to go right in order to be able to kill the Celesteela, but no, so yeah, I pretty much just give up at this point and go for 1,000 arrows. There's not much else I can do, so yeah, unfortunately, this game sucked. Definitely got hacked to death, but it's alright. I was pretty annoyed about this, to be honest, but yeah, you know, it happened, so I definitely think even after my near Lego going down, I had a good shot at winning this, despite me leading very bad, if I didn't get flinched and miss the high jump kick. However, that is how the game goes sometimes, so we will take the loss there tomorrow. What is that? Is that a 5-0? Yeah, 5-0. So yeah, that sucks, but you know, it happens, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump over to the next game. Alright, so for week 8, we're going to be taking on Zamcrow, and this is his team. He has Mega Alakazam, Crobat, Fortress, Garchomp, Licky, Magneton, Marowak, Alola, Sneasel, Suicune, Tapu Lele, and Virizion. So, yeah, this team, again, pretty annoying. The biggest problems, I would say, are the Mega Alakazam and the Tapu Lele. They hit like absolute trucks, and I don't have the best responses to them, but you know, there aren't a lot of good responses in general. So yeah, they're definitely very scary, and then also the Garchomp can be really annoying. Obviously, he has the Fortress there, which can just get up all the hazards he wants. So there's that as well. Licky, I know from seeing his games, he likes bringing this Licky, like just sort of fat wish stuff. So yeah, I guess that could be annoying too, but yeah, Marowak, Alola, obviously that's gonna hit for a lot of damage, can be pretty annoying, and then Suicune, which is also like a huge problem because I don't know, Suicune's just always a problem. Well, in most cases it is, but yeah, it's no exception here. It does really well. Calm Mind can just be really annoying for my team, but it doesn't have to even be Calm Mind. It could be whatever really. It's still gonna be scary. And then he has the Virizion, which is his other Z option, and yeah, I guess that could be annoying as well. But I don't know, the main problems are the Mega Alakazam and the Tapu Lele, Garchomp as well, and yeah, Suicune. So let's jump over to the team here. So first of all, I have Choice Scarf Near Lego with Sludge Wave, Power Gem, Hidden Power Ice, and Stealth Rock. Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Timid Nature, 4 into Speed F, so obviously this lets us outspeed the Garchomp if I get my Scarf knocked off. But yeah, basically this will let me outspeed everything unless he has a faster Scarf. It will let me outspeed Crobat, Sneasel, Scarfers like Tapu Lele if he wants to bring that Scarfed, Mega Alakazam. So yeah, that's really nice. And then this could actually just be pretty annoying for him. Late game could potentially be really nice, and also I put Stealth Rocks on it because in case I'm in a scenario where I have the opportunity to set them up, but I don't know if I necessarily will be. It's more so, I don't know, I don't really need anything else. And yeah, this Near Lego can definitely be really nice. Next up, we have AV, Magina, Fluid Cannon, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, and Flash Cannon. Max HP, pretty much max Speed F, 8 into Speed. So yeah, this is kind of my Mega Alakazam / Tapu Lele response, seeing I don't have a lot on my team for either of them. But Magina, AV, especially when we're just going like max HP, max Speed F Calm, it can chew the hits. Like, it can actually chew the hits. It's ridiculous how little Tapu Lele and Mega Alakazam do to this with 8V. So I kind of have to bring this because I have nothing else on my team really that can take the hits. So this is kind of my sponge for those. And it can definitely threaten them both. So, yeah, like, it takes absolutely nothing from any of it. I guess the one thing to watch out for is Nature's Madness from the Tapu Lele. But besides that, yeah, this is just really nice, and I kind of need it. So, yeah, we have McGinn there. Also, just pretty annoying for his team in general, but, yeah, I needed something for the Mega Zam and the Lele. Next up, Hooper Unbound. We have the Focus Sash, Hyperspace Fury, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Trick. Max Attack, Adamant, 176 Speed, and 80 into HP. This is pretty much going to be my lead in all cases. Because it just, like, gets a kill. At worst, it's going to get a kill, pretty much. So, I'm fine with that. And, yeah, it can probably do more than that. Especially if he decides to not just attack it. Like, this could definitely pick up multiple KOs, but yeah, at least it's going to get one kill, and he has nothing for it that wants to take the hits. Like, I guess his best option is, like, Suicune. That can take it, I guess, if it's defensive, so yeah, that's, like, the only thing, really. So, this is probably going to be my lead in most cases, and yeah, it just destroys him. So, next up, we have Kofagrigus, Max HP, Max Defense, Bold, Shadow Ball, Haze, Knockoff, Nasty Plot. So I put Nasty Plot on here for the option to set up, I guess. Haze, in case. Why do I have Haze, and why is this defensive? This is probably so I can actually have a switch into Garchomp, because otherwise that's going to be really annoying. Haze, I don't know if he gets up a Swords Dance. He does like to bring Swords Dance on Garchomp. And Knockoff, get rid of items. Can Nasty Plot up if I want. Also, if he goes offensive Crobat. Yeah, just pretty nice versus team. If I get a Nasty Plot up, it can definitely become a bit more of a problem for him. So, yeah, we have Kofag there. Next up, Megalopony, Fake Out, Ice Punch, Return, Drain Punch, Max Attack, 216 Speed, Jolly, 40 into HP. Yeah, again, this is just really annoying for his team. Will outspeed everything, barring the Mega Zam and Scarfers, and, like, he does not have good switch-ins to fighting and return the stabs. Like, he has pretty much nothing for it. So, yeah, really nice versus him. And that's going to be Megalopony. And finally, we have Moltres with the Gracium Z, Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Defog, and Roost, Max Special Attack, 216 Speed, Timid Nature. And, yeah, so basically, I don't know, this is just pretty good versus him. Nice for the Fortress, because that could be a little bit annoying, I guess. And also, the Suicune, if it thinks it can switch in on me, I have the Gracium Z Solar Beam for that, which will do a lot to it. Obviously, if it's set up Calm Minds, it's going to be a bit more annoying, but if he hasn't, then that's going to be really nice. Maybe something that can catch him by surprise. We have Defog to get rid of the hazards, because obviously he has a Fortress which can, like, set up anything at once, and yeah, just Roost on that as well. So this is really nice for the Fortress. And yeah, Flame Body, if the Garchomp, I don't know, Garchomp, stuff like that. Pardon me, yeah, Flame Body is just nice to have, I guess. So that's going to be the team, and yeah, let's go over to the game. Okay, so he decides to bring Tapu Lele, Garchomp, Licky Licky, Fortress, Sneasel, and Mega Alakazam. No real surprises here. Yeah, pretty much everything I expected. The Lele and the Mega Zam, definitely going to want to make sure I have Magina for those, because otherwise those are definitely problems. Licky Licky and Fortress are just annoying, but yeah, and then he has Garchomp and Sneasel as well. Oh yeah, the Moltres is obviously also nice for the Sneasel, and the Flame Bodies for that as well. I didn't mention that, but yeah. So I'm just going to lead off with my Hooper here. Like I said, it's pretty much always going to be my lead. And yeah, he has nothing for it. He didn't bring the Suicune, so it's pretty much going to at least pick up one kill. So I lead off with the Hooper as he decides to lead off with his Garchomp here. Yeah, obviously I have the Sash, and I can just go for the Ice Punch, which will OHKO this. So he actually decides to set up the Stealth Rocks as I go for the Ice Punch and kill it off. And yeah, so I hope those Stealth Rocks were worth it, because I just get to get rid of his Garchomp turn 1, which is amazing. Obviously, with the Rough Skin, it does break my Sash. But yeah, like I said, Hooper was pretty much at least going to get a kill here, and it's just really annoying for his team. So now he brings in the Tapu Lele. I'm just going to stay in. If I go for the Hyperspace Fury and he decides to not kill me for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I need to look at the calcs, but yeah, I can't really remember, but I just decided to stay in here. But yeah, he's gonna go into Tapu Lele and go for the Nature's Madness, which is fine by me, as I can go for the Hyperspace Fury, and it lives on 3%, which absolutely sucks. This was like a 68% roll in my favor to kill this, so not getting that is that's pretty annoying, because what could have been right off the bat a 6v4 is now going to turn into a 5v5 pretty much. He obviously, I guess, expected my switch into probably Magina, but yeah, I didn't really need to keep this around, so I just stayed in. And yeah, he obviously went for the Nature's Madness there. We don't get the roll, which was in our favor, which really sucks, because now it's just going to be a 5v5, and as you can see, he does have the Wiki Berry. So yeah, that's really annoying, but it's whatever. I can bring in my Mega Lopunny now, and he's going to switch out into his Fortress as I just go for the return here. Obviously, he's not scarfed because he switched up moves and his Wiki Berry, but he does go into the Fortress. I do absolutely nothing to that. This is my chance to get in Moltres and get off a Defog, because I do not want these hazards up. He's going to go into his Licky Licky. I'm just going to go for the Roost here. He does go for the Toxic. I don't really mind though. That's fine. Getting rid of the hazards was really important, and I still have my Moltres at pretty much full. He goes for the double Toxic again, don't really mind. I guess it's a little bit annoying for my Lopunny, but it's fine. I'm just going to go for a return here. He does decide to just go for the Protect, and now he's going to switch into his Fortress, as I can just go for a Drain Punch, get a little bit of health back, but again, that doesn't do very much, so just going to go right back out into my Moltres again, as he's going to set up a Spike. And again, he's just going to go back into Licky Licky. Kind of a little bit of a cycle here. We do get the burn on it. Really doesn't matter that much. I guess it cancels out his leftovers, which is nice, but yeah. He's going to go for a Wish here as I go into my Kofag. I don't really know why I went into Kofag. It was more so just, I don't know. I just wanted to get my Mega Lopunny out of there. Don't want to rack up the toxic damage. And I go for the Nasty Plot to try and threaten it, but obviously I can't actually hit it with anything besides knockoff. But yeah, I do at least get rid of its leftovers here, as he's going to go for yet another Wish. My Lopunny is getting low, which is pretty annoying. I switch out again into Moltres, as he does decide to go out into his Fortress this time, which is good. And he's going to go right out into his Tapu Lele, as I just go for a Defog again, get rid of the hazards, because I do not want them up. Now I can go back into my Kofag. He's going to go for the Side Shock. We can eat that. And I believe I just go for a Shadow Ball here. No, I make the double into Magina, because obviously I can take the hits from Tapu Lele and be able to also threaten the Licky Licky, because I can't keep going the cycle of the Licky Licky wearing me down. So yeah, I just go for a Focus Blast into a Flash Cannon to knock that out. That's really nice, because the Licky Licky plus the Fortress, like I said, just really annoying. So being able to get rid of that Licky Licky there is really nice. I can go back into my Moltres again, like the Fortress can't touch me. He goes into his Tapu Lele. Instead of roosting, I do just attack to try and get damage off on something. And we bring his Tapu Lele down really low. Do not get the kill on it. And he's just going to go for double Side Shock as I let my Kofag die here. Now I can go into Magina, be able to kill this Lele. He does go for the Nature's Madness. I don't really mind. I can still take like a lot of hits from Megazam, which is nice. And I can also remove the Tapu Lele, which is obviously a problem. I'm going to go into my Mega Lopunny as I just let that die to the crash there, because Sneasel was annoying. But what this does allow me to do is get in my Nihilego and get off a Power Gem. And this is really nice, because looking at the end game here, Nihilego is going to be really important. Being able to Power Gem kill the Sneasel, and the now after that Power Gem, Fortress cannot switch in again. So that's going to be really nice for my Nihilego going into the later part of this game here. He's going to go for an Earthquake again. He can't touch my Moltres. I go for another Flamethrower. I want damage off on stuff. He does go Megazam. I get the burn. Doesn't really matter at all. Can go back into my Magina here, and this is what I said about Magina being able to chew hits, like that Side Shock 20%, and he's going to go for the Side Shock into the Hidden Power Fire here. That's not even killing Magina. Magina eats up the Hidden Power Fire with 1%. That's incredible. Like, it does nothing to Magina. And yeah, I can kill off the Mega Zam there, which is huge. He can just go into his Sneasel and revenge me now, but it's looking really good for Nihilego here, because what I can just do is go for a Power Gem here if he stays in with Sneasel. Unless it's Sash, I'm going to kill it. Obviously, Sash is going to be a bit annoying if it is Sash, but if it's not, I go for Power Gem, I kill the Sneasel. If he switches into Fortress, that's a 2-hit KO. He does just stay in, it is not Sashed. We can kill off the Sneasel here, and with the +1 special attack boost, we can finish off the Fortress, and that's going to be GG. So, yeah, we are able to get this win here. As I said, like, I just needed to weaken stuff. I needed to stop letting that Licky just being able to go through the cycle of constantly wearing me down. So Magina being able to get the kill on that, and obviously Hooper being able to just take out the Garchomp turn 1 with just him getting up rocks was really nice. Again, missed the roll on the Tapu Lele, but that's whatever. I just needed to make sure I got rid of the Licky, which I was able to do. And then I just needed to weaken stuff down for my Nihilego in the late game. And that's exactly what we were able to do. So yeah, we are able to get this win here. So I believe that's what, 6-2? Yeah, we're 6-2 now going into the final 2 weeks of the season. So let's jump over to week 9. Alright, so I also went back and calced the last game, and another reason for staying in with Hooper against the Lele is because if it wasn't a boosting item, there's actually a chance I live the Moonblast as well. So that was another reason to stay in, because, you know, I didn't really mind if the Hooper went down, and there's a chance I live the Moonblast if he's not a boosting item, and then there's also a huge chance I kill it, which was why I decided that would be worth to stay in there. But anyway, for week 9, we're taking on Chanchester United, I believe, coached by Cat. So this is his team. He has Mega Ampharos, Cresselia, Decidueye, Gastrodon, Glaceon, Goodra, Infernape, Metagross, Alolan Muck, Sylveon, Yanmega, and that's it. So yeah, this team's interesting. I don't know, the Mega Ampharos can be kind of annoying. He's got a lot of kind of bulky mons. Cresselia, Gastrodon, Goodra, also pretty bulky. Infernape's a pretty annoying for my team. Just kind of does what Infernape does. And yeah, Muckalola again. The Yanmega, I guess that could also be annoying, like a speed boost or something. But yeah, for the most part, I think my matchup's pretty good here. Like, looking at his team straight away, Hooper unbounds just Hyperspace Fury. Like, look at his team, and look at what he can switch in. He has like nothing to switch in against it, except for maybe the Muck, but still, like, he has pretty much absolutely nothing for that, so we're definitely going to be bringing that. But anyway, we start with Choice Band Zygarde here, 1000 Arrows, Outrage, Crunch, Extreme Speed, 200 Speed, Jolly, Max Attack, 56 into HP, just 1000 Arrows, Outrage, Crunch, and E-Speed. Yeah, looking at his team again, doesn't have the greatest responses for this. Like, he has Decidueye. Just being able to break his team down with this though, like, he does not have good switch-ins to arrows, as you can see. Like, nothing really wants to switch in on arrows besides maybe the Decidueye, so that's kind of a obvious bring there. Just got Outrage, Crunch, and Extreme Speed as well. So yeah, next up we have Kofa Grigus with Leftovers, Toxic Spikes, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, Pain Split, Max HP, Max Defense Bold. This is just nice. Be able to take hits from stuff, get up the Toxic Spikes because that can wear down his fat, and his only 2 ways of removal is the Decidueye, I believe, and the Yanmega, and like the Yanmega, I don't really mind if he wants to bring Defog on that. So yeah, like, getting up the Toxic Spikes can be really nice. Seeing his main way to get rid of that is going to be the Decidueye. And yeah, we have Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, and Pain Split, pretty self-explanatory. Now we have Magina with the Papa Berry, Calm Mind, Fluid Cannon, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Max Special Attack, 136 Speed, 120 into Defense with Bold Nature. The defense was for something, I don't know, just take hits better, I guess. Probably from like the Metagross and stuff. Like, we're still not going to be taking a hit from the Infernape, but probably like the Metagross and stuff like that. The Decidueye, basically the idea behind this with the Papa Berry, I can take hits pretty well from most of the stuff on his team. can take hits pretty easily actually, and yeah, the Eye Papa can be really nice. I can just Carmined up, get the Eye Papa back, and this can be a pretty big problem for him. So Fluid Cannon, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball for the Gastrodon. Next up we have Hooper. Like I said, he has nothing for Hyperspace Fury, so this is going to be banded with Hyperspace Fury. Gunk Shot as well, Trick and Knockoff. I really only need Hyperspace Fury, but I just have those moves as well. Max Speed, Jolly, Max Attack. Next up we have Uxie, Choice Scarf, Stealth Rock, Psychic, U-Turn, Crick, Max HP, 200 Defense, Bold, 56 into Speed. What was the reason for this being Scarfed? I guess this was for Infernape, because that can be annoying, and if it's not Scarfed I can just go for a Psychic against that. Can also take hits pretty well. As you can see, I'm still mainly defensive. But yeah. So this Uxie is really nice, can take hits really well, U-turn out, trick the Scarf onto something, one of his more bulky mons, which is not going to appreciate it, and yeah, mainly just get up Stealth Rocks and also be there for the Infernape. And finally, we have Mega Lopunny with Fake Out, Return, High Jump Kick, and Encore. Max Attack, Adamant, 164 Speed, 92 into HP. I can afford to go with an Adamant nature here. So this is just going to hit his team like a truck. All I need is Fake Out, Return, and High Jump Kick, really, but I decided to put Encore on it as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and go over to the game. Okay, so he brings Mega Ampharos, Sylveon, Cresselia, Metagross, Decidueye, and Infernape. Obviously, like, going to this game, just looking at win cons, Magearna is definitely one of them. The only thing that's really going to be a problem to it is the Infernape, obviously. So yeah, we're going to want to make sure we keep the Infernape in check, and then Hooper Unbound, like, look at his team. Nothing is taking a banded Hyperspace Fury, and I mean like absolutely nothing. So yeah, really looking at Hooper and Magearna to go in this game. Besides that, Zygarde's also looking nice, same with the Mecha Lopunny. Really everything looks nice, but yeah, Magearna and Hooper definitely look like huge problems for his team. So let's start the game here. I lead off with my Uxie as he leads off with his Ampharos. Pretty sure I just want to get up rocks here. Yeah, I just go for the rocks, get him up, but he does reveal to be Cotton Guard, and this is actually kind of a problem for my team. Wasn't really expecting Cotton Guard, but yeah. What I do is just go into Lopunny, which can take any hit from this, and I'm actually going to have to, well, I actually go for a Fake Out first here, and then I go for the Encore, because without that, like, my Zygarde's obviously not going to kill it, and he can Hidden Power Ice that or Dragon Pulse, like, probably Dragon Pulse, and that'll just be able to get rid of my Zygarde, and I do not have anything else which really wants to take this, which can really take this down. Like, Hooper's not going to be able to take it out. I have Magearna, I guess, but still, like, this Mega Ampharos, I really wasn't expecting this, but Encore actually came in clutch here to be able to let me go into my Zygarde here. I kind of just put Encore on as a final move, but it really actually paid off here. So you can go for the arrows here. He does go into his crest, defensive crest, can take the 1,000 arrows. This does give me the opportunity to go into my Hooper though, because he can't really do anything to me, and I can just fire for a Hyperspace Fury, and that does 58%. That is a resisted hit, and it does 58% to this Sylveon, which this is what I'm talking about. He has nothing for this, so Hooper can just go in here. He tries to go for the Protect. That's not going to save him. Hyperspace Fury does go through the Protect, and we are able to kill off the Sylveon just like that. He goes into his Fernape here, kind of forced out. Definitely want to keep this Hooper alive because it kills like everything. So he just goes to my Uxie here as he U-turns out again. Back into the Mega Ampharos here. I U-turn out on it. Get into my Zygarde. He can go for another Cotton Guard here, which is exactly what he does. But I can still go for the 1,000 arrows here. Unfortunately, he will be able to kill me. So this Mega Ampharos is kind of proving to be a problem. But what the 1,000 arrows does is it does put it in range for my Hooper to be able to kill it off here with a Hyperspace Fury. Again, just goes back into his Infernape, kind of forced out. Definitely need to keep this Hooper alive. Just going to go for the U-turn again, out into his Decidueye. And I believe I stay in here. Yeah, he's just going to go for the Spirit Shackle. I am completely defensive, so I can take any hit from this. And I just decided to get up my Toxic Spike, because that's pretty nice for the Infernape. Wearing that down, obviously Metagross and Crest don't care, but it's still nice. He does just defog. I get a Will-O-Wisp on him, So now his Spirit Shackle is like doing nothing, and I do have Pain Split as well, so my Kofa can completely 1v1 this now, which is really nice, and I can keep setting up my Toxic Spikes, and I do have a burn on him. He just keeps going for defog here. I keep setting up the Toxic Spikes, kind of just, this cycle lasts for a little bit here, before I decide to switch out into my Hooper. Basically, I'm just going for Toxic Spikes until he gets me really low. That will give me the opportunity to go for the Pain Split, and then I'm pretty sure I just switch into Hooper. So yeah, I go for the Pain Split here. Able to get a lot of our health back, which is really important, and keep this thing down a bit. As now I decide to go for the Shadow Ball, that I'm healthier. And yeah, this thing is really low now. Now he does reveal the Roost here, so yeah, I mean, this is just kind of a cycle here. Like, I beat him in this scenario, but he can just keep going for Roost, so I'm pretty sure eventually I decide to switch into Hooper. Just keep going for Shadow Balls, eventually get the Spadef drop here, so I actually don't need to switch now. I can keep going for Shadow Balls because with the Spadef drop he is forced out, and he does not have a switch into Shadow Ball, so I can keep going for that. He's forced into his Crest, takes a lot of damage on that, and this does give me another free opportunity to go into my Hooper, and that is going to do a lot. He barely lives that, and that's like max defense. Even with the Signal Beam, I knew that was a possibility, but that still does like nothing to me, so I can kill off the Crest here. Hooper gets his third kill. Again, same thing as the last couple times. Just going to go into his Infernape, go for the U-turn, I go back into my Kothag. He's going to go back into his Decidueye. And yeah, basically at this point I just decide to keep switching back out into my Hooper because I can take the hit from this. And I'm just kind of getting a bit impatient here, so I can just go back into this, get another kill with 1,000 arrows. It's not really impatient, like I can still take the hits. So I go into Hooper to kill that off. Again, back to Infernape. That's his like only response to Hooper. So yeah, that's really, really nice. He will bring in his Metagross here, as I am just going to get the Will-O-Wisp on it, which pretty much just makes it ineffective here. Going to go into my Magina now because he can't touch me now that he's burned, and I can just start to go for Calm Minds here. He cannot do anything, and yeah, I just decide to go for the Shadow Ball now because we can kill it. This leaves his Infernape obviously, which can kill my Magina. I decide to keep it alive, go into Uxie, as he does go for the Flare Blitz. I don't know, I was thinking maybe I outsped him, but I mean obviously he was Scarf, so I think I just blanked out for a moment there. It doesn't really matter though, either way it was going to be Magina going down or Uxie, so it works out the same kind of either way because Kothag can take the hit here and just go for the Shadow Ball to finish it off. So GG to Cat. Yeah, that was just a game where Hooper just went and destroyed everything. Like, he had no response to it. His only response was going into his Infernape and going for the U-turn there. So yeah, Hooper, how many kills did Hooper get? Was that like 5 or something, or 4? Something like that. Like, he had nothing for it, so that was really just cool to see Hooper just destroy everything. And let's go ahead and go to the final week of the regular season here, week 10. Okay, so we're here with the final week, week 10 of the regular season. At this point, I'm pretty sure a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever, we were already guaranteed for playoffs. But if I win this game, pretty much, I do guarantee myself a top 2 position. So if I get a top 2 position, basically you miss the first round of playoffs and move straight on to the semi-finals. So I definitely really want to win this. But yeah, we are taking on Will, I believe, and can't remember what his team name is, but yeah. He has Blacephalon, Cobalion, Comfy, Galvantula, Garbodor, Landospherian, Manectric, Milotic, Salamence, Scrafty, and Mega Venusaur. So yeah, he's got a pretty cool team. Lando plus Salamence, obviously really threatening. Mega Venusaur, kind of annoying to take down. Cobalion also, and Blacephalon. Like, he's got a good amount of offensive threats here. And yeah, it's going to be tough to stop them, but I'll do my best here. And again, the Mega Venusaur is just pretty annoying. So anyway, this video has gone on way too long. So let's try and get through this quickly. So Mega Lopunny, Max Attack, Adamant, Fake Out, Return, High Jump Kick, Ice Punch kind of just destroys his entire team. Like Lopunny's kind of been doing the entire season. It's just really a really big problem for opponents. Yeah, fake out nice Ice Punch for the Lando and the Mence. Well, I don't even need Ice Punch for the Mence really, but return and high jump kick as well, just the stabs. This is, yeah, as I said, just a problem for his team. Similar to last week we have a Calm Mind, Eye Puff and Magina. This time we have Iron Defense and Ice Beam and Dazzling Gleam. Pretty much, this is EV'd to be able to take hits from like Lando and Mence, Earthquakes and stuff, and Cobalion at +2 defense. And has Ice Beam for them, obviously, and Dazzling Gleam kind of hits his entire team, really, Ice Beam and Dazzling Gleam. So, yeah, that can be really annoying for him, especially if I get Calm Minds and Iron Defenses up, which I do have the opportunity to do. Next up, we have Uxie, Sub Calm Mind, Psychic Dazzling Gleam, Max HP, 172, Calm Nature. Again, this is all EV for stuff specifically. 44 speed, I don't remember what it's for, but it's for something. And yeah, mainly Spadef, but a little bit of defense. With the Sub Calm Mind, like, I was kind of really worried about the Mega Venusaur just being really annoying for my team. So this is Sub Calm Mind to try and take on that a bit better. And obviously just Psychic and Dazzling Gleam as well, because otherwise I cannot hit the Scrafty. It also is a bit better versus like the Mence and stuff. So we have this. Next up we have Hooper, Choice Specs, Psychic, Focus Blast, Trick Room, Max Special, Attack, Max Speed, Timid. So pretty much again, all I need is Psychic. Like Choice Spec Psychic, you look at his team, he has 0 switch-ins. 0 switch-ins. The only thing he has for it is Scrafty, which I don't even know if he'll bring, but if he does, that's like the only thing he has for it. I get this in on Mega Venusaur, it pretty much gives me a kill every time. I do have the Focus Blast on there for the Scrafty, but like I'm gonna want to be locking myself into Psychic. So Scrafty is like the only real thing that can be annoying for this. And yeah, besides that, if I get it in the right scenarios, it'll just get a kill every time, which is really nice because that Mega Venusaur is super annoying. Again, all I really need is Psychic. I had the Trick if I, for whatever reason, want to. I just make sure I have 4 moves pretty much. I don't really need anything else. Kofak here, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Ice, Nasty Plot, and Trick Room with the Cassid Berry. Max HP, Max Defense, Relax. This allows me to take on the Lando, the Salamence, because obviously they're really annoying, the Cobalion. Got the Hidden Power Ice for that. Nasty Plot can be annoying for him if I get the Trick Room up in a Nasty Plot. Shadow Ball plus Ice Beam really annoying for him, and I have the Cassid Berry for the Blacephalon, which allows me to take a hit from that and go for the Shadow Ball in return. And finally, we have Nihilego with Power Gem, Grass Knot, Hidden Power Ice, and Dazzling Gleam. We have the Black Sludge, 176 HP, 232 speed with Timid. That's all we need, and the rest into Special Attack. Basically, this lets me take on the Blacephalon really well, because like I can't really switch my Kofag in on it. Like I do have the Cassid, which can catch it by surprise, but other than that, Blacephalon can be really annoying. So this pretty much takes the Blacephalon on really well. It gives me a switch into it. The only thing to watch out for is Psyshock. So yeah, that's going to be the team. Let's go ahead and get to the game. Okay, so he decides to bring Blacephalon, Mega Venusaur, Landorus, Milotic, Cobalion, and Salamence. We see he does not bring the Scrafty, which pretty much means Hooper is again amazing in this game, just being able to click Psychic and pretty much get a kill every time. So yeah, Hooper's definitely huge this game, as is the Magina. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. We want to make sure we keep the Lando and Mence and the Blacephalon checked, because they can definitely be annoying. I lead off with my Mega Lopunny as he leads with his Blacephalon. Just going to go for the Fake Out straight away here, as he does choose to go to his Landorus. I stay in to go for the Ice Punch. I don't know if it killed. It might have been a roll, or it might have killed. I don't really know the calcs. I don't remember. He does switch out though, and if he was Scarfed, I could take any hit anyway. Obviously, he does reveal to be Scarfed and go for U-turn. I do go for the sub on the Milotic here, as he does miss the Toxic. That definitely sucks for him, because if he got the Toxic on me, obviously my Uxie was on a timer, so this is really bad for him, because now I can just start going for Calm Minds, which, yeah, pretty much, like, the only thing he can do now is go for Haze, but still, that doesn't even really matter still. He can't touch me. I can go for another Calm Mind here. He goes into his Landorus. Probably just going to go for a U-turn here, which he does, but this does give me the opportunity to go for a Psychic here, do a good amount of damage to the Milotic, and I don't know why he went back into Milotic unless he has Haze, because I can just go for sub again. Apparently he does not have Haze, so I get another sub up, and I don't know really why he did that, because this just lets me get off yet another Psychic. He does decide to go into Blacephalon this time. This gives me a lot of damage on it, which is really nice, because obviously the Blacephalon's kind of a problem. I can switch in my Nihilego here, so yeah, that's what the HP was for. This is revealed to be Specs, I'm pretty sure. So basically the HP allows me to take 2 Shadow Balls with the Black Sludge, no matter what, if he's Specs, so he does reveal to be Specs. However, he does get the Spadef drop, so unfortunately I am forced out, which really does suck, but obviously I know he's locked into Shadow Balls, so I can go into my Megalopony. Fire for return, as he does go into my Milotic, and this is just going to go down now to the next return. So we are able to kill the Milotic here. He goes into his Mega Venusaur. I'm going to switch out into my Uxie here, as he does just go for the Leech Seed. Kind of annoying for Uxie here, so I'm going to switch out again into my Hooper. If he does stay in, I get a kill. He goes to his Landorus. Obviously, I do not want to get hit with the U-turn, so I'm just going to go into my Nihilego here, expecting him to go for the U-turn. And he goes into Cobalion. I'm just going to go into my Kofagic. It can take this Cobalion really well. He decides to go for the Taunt, but I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball. Do a good amount of damage. He Volt Switches out into his Mega Venusaur here again. I just go for yet another Shadow Ball. It's just going to get damage up on something, and he doesn't really have the best responses. I'm just going to go into my Hooper this time, as he does go for another Leech Seed. The Leech Seed does not matter. Getting my Hooper in on the Mega Venusaur, pretty much, like I said, means a kill. I can go for the Psychic here. He has no response to this. So his Landorus is going to drop to Psychic here. So yeah, like I said, every time I get it in on Mega Venusaur, like, we're getting a kill. So he goes for Cephalon, decides to go for the Flamethrower. I'm just going to let my Uxie die here. Don't really need any more the most expendable member on the team. So he is able to go for 2 Flamethrowers there, and kill off my Uxie as I just go for a return. He switches into Cobalion. Obviously he's not Scarf, so I'm just going to go for the high jump kick here to kill it off. Now he goes back into his Mega Venusaur yet again. I'm going to switch back into my Hooper yet again, because like I said, if he does not switch, I will get a kill. He does go into his Metslow. I'm going to go right into my Kofa, which can take on this Salamence. He goes for the Hidden Power. Don't really know what that was, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, because I can just go for the Hidden Power Ice. Interesting from the Salamence. That does a good amount of damage. Now just go for the Shadow Ball to follow it up as he goes to his Mega Venusaur. He's just going to go for the Giga Drain, as I do nasty plot up. And Giga Drain to kill me there. I don't need the Kofag for the what's it called? The Salamence. I mean the Lando anymore. Obviously it's dead, and by letting my Kofa go down there, it gives me a free switch into Hooper, which means yet another kill. As he is just going to sack off his Salamence here, which is fine by me. So yeah, he's just going to go into Blacephalon here. Definitely want to keep the Hooper around because of that Mega Venusaur, as I'm just going to let my Nihilego die here. He gets the burn on me, doesn't really matter though. Just going to go for another Flamethrower to kill off my Nihilego. So obviously he's locked into that now. I'm going to go into my Lopunny here, and just go for another return. Do a good chunk to the Mega Venusaur. I'm just going to go into my Magina now, because like I said, I get my Hooper in on this for free. Then I get another kill. Could have just gone straight into Hooper there, but I just go to Nihilego, to Magina, because I can start Calm Minding up on this, even though he does have the Leech Seed. That's fine. I have the Ipapa, and I can just start going for Ice Beams here. That does a good chunk, but obviously with the Leech Seed, that will help him out a bit here. Does have the Earthquake, but again, I can just go for another Calm Mind, get my Ipapa Berry, and now we can go for another Ice Beam to chip this thing down low. The main reason for this is to make sure I get my Hooper in for free. And plus, getting the Venusaur down low is nice. It doesn't really matter too much though, except for it does put it in range for Lopunny. I get the crit here, it doesn't really matter that much. I guess it does matter in the sense I can just go into my Lopunny here instead of Hooper, but either way, it didn't really matter. So yeah, I can just go into Lopunny here, go for the return. Gonna get a kill on something. Lets the Mega Venusaur die, and that means all he has left is Blacephalon. Now, I decide to switch into Hooper here, as he goes for a Flamethrower to kill me off, and I'm just gonna go into Mega Lopunny and fake out to kill it. obviously I knew it was specs. Like, I knew it was specs, obviously. This was not to be disrespectful. I just, for whatever reason, I knew how important this game was, and I didn't want to somehow mess something up, because I knew I'd never forgive myself. But yeah, like, it was obviously specs by the damage and by the, yeah, like, it was 100% specs. So I just went for the fake out to be safe there. That was really stupid. I mean, the differential doesn't end up mattering, but yeah, that was more so, I guess, I don't know, I have no idea why I was fearful of that. Like, it cost me a differential point, it doesn't really matter. That was not to be disrespectful. I don't know, I guess it was like freaking out in the moment, like maybe I messed something up, maybe I did something wrong. If I lose this game because of that, I'm gonna be really mad at myself, and I knew if I just went to Hooper I could fake out. But yeah, like, I knew 100% it was specs, so yeah, that was pretty stupid. So anyway, GG to Will. That is going to wrap up the regular season. That was supposed to be week 11, but my opponent decided to not show up, which was really frustrating because I was waiting for quite a while on him to show up, and he never did. So yeah, anyway, we do get the forfeit win for that, and that means we finish off the regular season 9-2, meaning that we will get a top two spot. We finished second, I believe. And that means we're going straight to the semi-finals, which will be in the next video. I'll be going through the semi-finals, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.